plan today is we'll go and have breakfast and we're going to go out and fish this afternoon on the Linden Bank again. We don't see any point in moving at the moment. A few boys up north say it's still really quiet, so you never leave fish to find fish. So we'll have breakfast and then we're on our way. Yeah, welcome back to part 2 of Merlin's marlin fishing season. So yeah, we're just about to leave Cairns and this is where we left off in part 1, so go back and check that out if you haven't already. So yeah, back out to the reef where we continue marlin fishing, and then Ian, the owner, has some mates come aboard and we have a little bit more marlin fishing where we find a couple of nice sized ones amongst them, and then we do the passage down to Mooloolaba. Yeah, we use them for bait. What is it? A rainbow runner. Oh, okay. Yeah, rainbow runner aren't the best bait in the world, but they're very tough and leathery. If you can make them swim right, you can drag them around for a couple of days. Okay, well, we're back out on the Linden Bank, and as you've just seen, we've got a few tuna. So let's change the colour of our day. Bait supply is in good order again. Yeah, so coming out over the bank here, and in short time we've got a fish on. Little beauty. Yeah, I was just hollering out, look at the bill. That's the spike out the front of the marlin. They're meant to be straight, but occasionally you find one bent like this. Chop off. Yep, a chop off to finish the day, and then it was lines in and back in behind the reef. Yeah, some beautiful November weather. We find October's windier, November backs off a little bit, as a general rule anyway. So while all the guys were heading out, we took advantage of a quiet morning, get some jobs done, and then we're out bait fishing again. So yeah, bait fishing's pretty much a daily ritual through the marlin season. You might need half a dozen to a dozen big baits and small baits through an afternoon's fishing. You lose them to chop-offs, or they just wear out, or hopefully you get a fish. Triple header. Another triple header. We like triple headers. The less time we spend doing this, the more time we have to swim and the more time we have to fish for the heavy tackle. Anyway, that was enough to top up the bait freezers, and then it was time for a nice snorkel around the bottom of Opal Reef, and then we were out heavy tackle fishing for the afternoon. Okay, baits are in the water and we're on the Linden Bank. Water's looking great, conditions are magnificent. Less than 5 knots there. See how we go. So yeah, that's a chop off. That's a barracuda, that one, but you can tell by the jagged bite. Right, Whitey! Yeah, I'm good. Yep. Anyway, it didn't take long to hook up again. Whee! Boys. That was good. Well done, man. Bring her up. that was a good day. Yeah, so back in behind Opal Reef. Got quite a bit of the fleet here. Beautiful conditions, as you can see. Yeah, so nice to get a couple of longtail there. I can assure you one of those will be sashimi. And then this nice Spanish mackerel.
I'd like to get a picture. Yeah, hang on, I'll come down.
Unfortunately, we got a closed season, so this fish had to be released. Blake, being from the US, was keen to get a photo with a Aussie Spanish mackerel. Alright, it's 1 o'clock and the baits are in the water. Water looks fantastic. Really tough day today. I've only heard of 2 fish caught, a little blue and a black out wide, but nothing along the bank here. Thanks for the vid, boys. Good luck. Yeah, so that bit of footage of Merlin running in yesterday afternoon was given to me by Miles there. Backed up to the boat and airdropped it across.
Look out, shark got it.
And then we found a nice little area where we could have a spearfish. It's good to see these tuna out here behind me. It's the first bit of stuff we've seen today. Talking to a couple of the other captains, Roddy Finlay on the Viper, he's back out and just got a little 150 pounder down here on the bank. We're off Opal, and north of us about another 10-15 miles is a couple other guys deployed. They got 2 little ones early, and look, that's about all I've heard, other than it's very quiet everywhere. Well, the first job of the day was to clean up what those birds left all over my bow. And there's Roddy going out around the corner there. She gets a bit lumpy on an outgoing tide. So we're off to do some scad fishing now. I think I mentioned that in the last video. The small baits we tow up here are called scad. You'll see them, we catch them here with a paravane and a daisy chain of little squids.
You're on?
Dropped in?
Yeah.
Well, another tough day on the bank. We got 1 shot and I haven't seen anyone catch anything today. Talked to a few captains, been very quiet. So yeah, it's full moon tonight, but a few years ago. I caught the biggest fish ever on a full moon night here. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Best 15 minutes of the day to go. Yeah, that fish I just mentioned, it was well over 1,000 pounds, and we fought it for 4 hours into the night. Broke the line on it eventually. Some of these big creatures are very hard to catch on a 130 pound tackle. Well, as you can see and hear through the microphone, the wind's up, as per forecast. Anyway, we'll be in port tonight, so a bit of bait fishing first, and then we're heading into Cairns. Yeah, so we all got into our jobs and then went uptown and had a well-deserved meal in a restaurant and enjoyed the atmosphere of Cairns this time of year. Yeah, so one of the quirks of the Cairns Marlin Marina is when you get fuel you have to have a booking. Makes sense, all the tourist boats there need priority obviously, and then so yeah, the charter boats and us private guys sort of get told when we can come in. Only problem was, you know, sometimes you got to hang around a bit longer than you want before we can get back out to the reef. All the fuel on board, we're off to the reef. Righto, we've just arrived out on the Lyndon Bank and we've got about 20 knots today, so a bit of a sea state there. Water's looking good, baits are going in the water. I see Corey over there on the Sheriff. It's the only other boat here. Yeah? Righto, I see it. Little one. Yeah, so one of the things you try to do as a captain is try and manoeuvre the boat up sea of a fish so that it jumps down sea. Also helps a lot going backwards on a fish if you've got a lot of sea state. And then that big white water there, that's me a little thrust going forward. So when a fish bogs down deep, if you go forward and get a better angle of line to it, it helps raise the fish to the surface again. I should also mention the black sooty smoke you're seeing. So when I'm manoeuvring very hard on a fish, you know, it's giving it more diesel than it can burn, hence the black smoke. Nice little one. Righto. Good on you, boys. So that boat there is called Miss Nick, and she's also a Precision 65 like Merlin. And this is the ultimate lady. She comes all the way from French Polynesia, Tahiti. She's done a few seasons out here, and she just won the World Cup, the Blue Marlin World Cup, weighing a 689 pound Blue Marlin in Tahiti. Anyway, it's a bit of a quiet afternoon after that for us, and back in behind Opal for the night. Yeah, so today I needed a new fuse to replace one that had gone, and Timmy came to the rescue. Hey Timmy! Hi mate! Thank you so much! Blade ones. Yeah, it's yeah, same.
Thanks, mate. Where are you going to fish today?
We're going to go
Oh well, I think we can kill them now. Bring it in. They want to eat it. And the closure is over. Righto, well that's topped up our bait. So we've got some scalies there. We've got a Spanish mackerel for the table, which has been a long time coming with this damn closure. And anyway, we're going to troll now down the main channel here. Hopefully we'll find some long-tailed tuna, because we can mind some more sashimi. And then we're just heading out to the bank and we'll start heavy tackle fishing. Let's see how we go. Oh, long-tailed. Well, that's pretty funny. Yesterday morning when we were bait fishing, we caught everything we didn't need. And then today we said, let's go out. We need 3 or 4 scalies. We need a Spanish mackerel now that the closure's over. And some sashimi with a long tail. And we just did all of it. Could be an omen. Better to be lucky than good. We're tight. Oh, there it is! Yoo-hoo! Yeah, good. Tight? How good, what a great fish. I'll have to have a closer look at that video in a second. It almost looks like a blue marlin in some of my stills I just had a look at. Anyway, and then we just got that another shot, so I'm really working this little area here. And it's only 1:30. It wasn't long before we got another shot. There he is. The sail. Sailfish. Wow. How beautiful. Yeah.
Are you guys ready? Can I have a share?
Yeah, so pulling a fish out for a photo is something we don't often do. It's not ideal, but you can see we're sort of distributing the weight there, the way we're holding the fish, trying to minimise any damage to it.
Set it, yep. Set him free.
While it's not that uncommon to catch a sail, that was his first up here, and yeah, worthy of a photo, and Blake was up for the challenge of pulling it out and releasing it again. We just marked a very big fish. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way the sounder's performing. A shout out to Scott Harradine at Ocean Logic. He fitted all this new Garmin gear, and being a marlin fisherman himself,
Alright, I'm going back around.
He's dialed it in for me. It's really good gear and great service. Anyway, it wasn't to be, and that was us for the day. So lines in, back behind Opal again for the evening. What a beautiful morning, and what a sight. About half the fleet behind Opal, a few motherships and their game boats. That's what it's all about. Anyway, we went out and started looking for some scad again. Yeah, they're a great bait, the scad. Nice to have a little swimming option there instead of just the big skip baits.
Nice work.
Alright, that was a good bait session, about 15-20 scad there. So we're out on the bank, looking for a big one today. See how we go. Good to see Corey on the Sheriff hooked up. Such a cool little boat. She's caught some fish, that thing.
Gone? Bad luck, mate.
Oh well, that's bad luck. Pulled the hook. That happens. There's Roddy on the impressive Viking fighting one.
Alright. Yeah, you're tight. Here we go. Woo, it's a better one. There he is. There's a shark below it. Let's get him quick, the sharks are on him. Woo! Woo! You're right. Good stuff.
Yep, we're good.
Yep. Yep. Good job. Woo! That was fun. Well done, boys. Woohoo! Bloody sharks were below it too. Yeah. Not tight. Good job today, mate.
Yeah, fishing's certainly improving. Anyway, that was us for the day. Back behind Opal. Another beautiful day in paradise. Typical November weather, really. Sort of the wind's back off a bit, a few showers around, and you can really start to feel that humidity building. Anyway, this fishery is predominantly an afternoon bite, but we thought we'd go out a bit earlier today, and seeing we're going into port this afternoon. Rainbow. Alright, we're out bait fishing, trying to get some more scad, and we're going to go and fish the bank, going into Cairns this afternoon, so we'll probably finish fishing about 3:30, and Ian's got 4 mates joining us for a week, and the weather's not too bad, 15 to 20 for the foreseeable future, so see how we go out there today.
Tight. Looks like a sail to me.
Yeah, me too.
Whoa!
Yeah, another nice sized sail. Who would have thought? Mind you, we just saw some free jumping the day before as well, so there were sails around.
going to try and bring it in, or?
Get behind the fish.
Yeah, such spectacular fish.
Beautiful.
Who would have thought?
Look at that.
2 sails and a blue marlin the day before.
All right.
It dawned on me if I got a black marlin today. We were so close to getting a grand slam, which is 3 billfish species caught within the same calendar day.
Well done, boy.
Anyway, 3 species in 24 hours isn't bad, and this could be the one.
She's lifting. Here's the marker.
Yeah, so the marker I refer to is where the line goes into the outrigger clip, so the fish is close. It's behaving like a big fish, but we hadn't seen it yet.
Whoa!
Yeah, this is a nice fish. And by far the biggest we've encountered on this trip. Listen to it stripping 40 pounds of drag off the reel. These big ones are a whole different kettle of fish.
Nice fish!
Got to compliment Ian here. He is giving it absolutely everything he has. Bilge alarm. Not surprising there's a little bit of extra water in the bilge at this fight.
Good job! Woo! That's a fish.
Here it goes.
Woo!
Here it goes.
Very good.
Here it goes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job! Woohoo!
Yeah, nice one there.
Holy sh!
Yeah, beat it.
That's proper adrenaline, that is. Well done. Oh,
Good on you, mate. Well done. Unreal. Holy hell, that was fantastic. Wow.
We see it?
Yeah, what a fish. And what an unofficial Grand Slam. I'll call it my 24-hour Grand Slam.
Little one. There it is.
And then just to put things into perspective, we caught this little one, which is probably, 100 pounds, maybe 130 pounds. Compare that to the fish we just caught.
Has it? Yeah, if you can. Do you want me to cut it?
Yeah, so the boys have spotted a scientific tag in the fish. So Australia led the way, really. We've been tagging and releasing fish since the 70s.
Good to get that tag.
Provides really valuable data. I mean, the scientists would probably have even been happy if we'd killed this fish just to get that tag. It's that important. But I noticed it was a very fresh tag, so I thought, it's not worth killing the fish for that. Maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, we'd have a better understanding of its growth and where it's been, travelled and everything. Yeah, but my guess is that fish was probably caught in one of the tournaments a few weeks prior to this. Anyway, we're on our sort of 1.5 hour run back into Cairns. Alright, we're into Cairns. Great day. Yeah, so as mentioned, we're in port to collect Ian's friends when they arrive. So I took the opportunity to have a quick walk. And there's that statue celebrating 50 years of marlin fishing here. And here's some footage I took of the unveiling. This was on the 50th anniversary tournament. And here's a couple of photos from the day. My sister Sally on the left next to Dad. Then you got Brazaka, Peter Bristow, myself, and then here's Peter B. Wright on the right-hand side. All skippers in Dad's era. Sadly, Peter B. Wright passed away a couple of years ago. Dad's passed away last year. But Brazaka's still going strong. And Peter Bristow, would you believe, is still skippering his game boat in Madeira off the northwest coast of Africa. We're in town today and tonight. Ian's got his 4 mates arriving middle of the day, so we're just running around doing provisioning. Got to do a tackle top up and a few things, so have a nice dinner tonight and then we'll be back out fishing tomorrow. Nice to give the boat a good clean every time we're in port. Clean ship's a happy ship, right? And then after Luke got his fuel, it was our turn to go over. And luckily the rain had stopped. And then Simo, who was moored a few doors along, was packing up to head home and offered us some of his excess bait, which was very kind of him. Yeah, right. And then with Ian's mates all here, we went out and had a beautiful meal in town and made our way back to the boat. Right, we got all the guys on board and we're heading to the reef. Thanks for the bait. Yeah, the weather wasn't great. Unfortunately, it was going to be a bit of a baptism of fire for the new crew. They'll Probably regretting those few extra drinks they had as we made our way out.
Alright, that's what we want. That's your dinner, boys.
Yeah, she was a bit wild out there, but you know, unfortunately, this is the weather the Marlin seem to love. So we all get a bit excited with the heavy weather. It tends to bring a bite on. If anything, it sort of can concentrate the fish up against the edge of the reef more, because they'll kind of sail down sea towards the reef. I think Parko's struggling down there, these conditions. Roo aren't hardcore marlin fishermen, so we decided to come in a little bit earlier, give them a break for their first evening. Well, as you can see, we've got a solid 20 to 25 as per forecast, so we decided to give the guys a bit of an easier day and not go heavy tackle marlin fishing. Just spend the day behind the reef, do a bit of trolling, a bit of bottom fishing and swimming. It was a lovely easy day and the guys loved it. As I've said before, we're up there for the marlin fishing, but you can certainly have a great time exploring the Great Barrier Reef without heavy tackle marlin fishing. Yes, another windy day. So we watched the Wallabies play Scotland, and then we all decided let's have another chilled out day behind the reef. They had such a good time the day before, and as I've said, not being hardcore marlin fishermen wasn't right to punish them.
Righto, you can let him go.
Parko with a nice GT. And then we went and looked for a trout.
The first coral I went to?
Yeah,
I got a coral trout.
just then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beauty. Good job, mate.
That's a good try and find a big one.
Yeah, that's a nice size though. Yeah, a couple more of those and we'll have a feed together for the crew. Yeah, so back into a nice anchorage for the evening behind Opal. Watched all the boys come in. I don't believe we missed too much, which was good to hear.
Righto.
That's Tim on the Tradition. We call that the Reef Telegraph. I mean, these days with Starlink we can all talk to each other over our phone.
What you got there, mate? Chicken chorizo, hey hello. Shark time.
Yeah, the guys were keen to catch and release a shark. It's always good entertainment in the evening.
I'd put the drag up now and wind really fast. Don't hurt yourself. Whoa, look out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad size. Right there.
There he goes.
Good luck, mate.
Well, conditions had certainly improved, so we thought we'd go off and have a bit of a reef fish and another nice swim with the boys, and then we'll head out for some afternoon marlin fishing. Yeah, tough going on the bottom fishing, but get a nice group shot of the boys and a nice swim, and then we head out. The wind has backed off finally, and we're heading out marlin fishing again. Just had a nice swim. Bottom fishing was crap, as you saw. Anyway, we'll see what we can do out here this afternoon. First time marlin angler was Parko, and we've hooked up.
Oh, there it is! Oh, it's a nice one! Here it comes.
That is a monster.
Oh, beautiful fish, guys. Land of gear. Woo! Well done, boys.
Well done. What a fish. What a fish.
Wow, what a nice one.
You guys want to go bottom bashing again?
Oh, well done, mate. Wow, there is nothing quite like it. Those big fish are something else. Yeah, what a great experience for everyone on board to see that. So before we started the big trip home to Brisbane, I had something to do in Brisbane for 24 hours, so we headed back into port. Well, on my way back to Cairns, and we're going to start this trip from Cairns there. Tonight we'll probably get right down to Dunk Island. Yeah, so the weather was pretty good if we got going straight away. We had a bit of a window there. There was a bit of a blow expected at the end of the next few days. about making some miles while we could. And there's Timmy on the Tradition. Packed up for the season and was heading home. That's Dunk Island ahead. That's where we'll spend tonight. Such a beautiful island. But you're probably aware it got destroyed in Cyclone Yazi, I think it was. So that's the old resort in there, all broken down. I'll put the drone over it and give you guys a look. But first, these guys wanted to go off and see if they could find a trout. Trolling some halcos. Yeah, it was a pretty wild cyclone, that one. Destroyed quite a few resorts, and it's sad to see none of them get rebuilt. You know, you can't even go in there now, it's all fenced off. See the old airstrip. We had some great tournaments there back in the day.
What a beauty, mate. Well done. Unreal. Well done. Was that just over here? Yeah, we saw you stop there, mate.
Yeah, so we stowed the dinghy on board again in preparation for an early start the next morning. So that's the back of Badara Island. It's a beautiful resort just south of Dunk. But you can see the weather's holding up well for our trip. So just north of Hinchinbrook Island, we decided to have a bit of a fish on some of the country there. First we trolled around, see if we could catch a tuna. Beautiful scenery. It's a shame it's so sort of cloudy because you can't see the full extent of the mountain ranges along Hinchinbrook. It's like something out of Tahiti when it's clear. Anyway, the local boys probably weren't too happy with us pulling up, but they were marks we all had, so we got to share. Yeah, so that's Hinchinbrook, hidden in the clouds. Anyway, we didn't stick to that very long. We wanted to get down to Townsville tonight, so that's the big jetty off Lucinda. That's Dolores Island. There's a beautiful home you can rent there now. That's looking in at Orpheus Island. It's got a nice resort on it. We come down through the Palm Island group. That's the Palm Island township in there. And that's looking in at Magnetic Island and in towards Townsville ahead of us. Yeah, so we're going into the Breakwater Marina at Townsville, where we'll refuel and spend the evening.
Townsville, fueling up.
Yeah, she's a good marina, this one. That's Magnetic Island out in the distance. And the boys enjoyed afternoon drinks, and you wouldn't believe what turned up in the evening lights. All these barra. Anyway, you're not allowed to catch them, and as we discovered, there's security checking on that. Not that we tried, but we certainly were thinking about it. Yeah, so up early and the all-important engine room checks before we head off on the next day. So the next destination for tonight was going to be Hamilton Island, so it's about a 140-mile run from here. Conditions are good. Yeah, so this little stretch when you leave the actual harbour out to the entrance leads, you see up ahead there. It's a little bit skinny, as you can see, but yeah, even at low tide we'd get in and out of there in the Merlin, no problem. So we say goodbye to Townsville, and there's Magnetic Island over there. And then we come out and round Cape Cleveland, make our track more to the south. Always be cautious of those rocks out off there, salamander rocks. You don't want to cut the corner there. These ships are anchored here waiting for their turn to go into Abbott Point coal loading, and that's Gloucester Island there. Have a look at this weather. And then dead ahead is Hamilton Island. The yacht club at Hamilton Island, and we were going to go straight over to the fuel wharf, and then we'll get allocated our berth for the night. Fueling up at Hammer.
Copy that, Merlin. Now you are going to FM on the northern side, FM 12.
So after we got everything squared away, we went off and had a early pub meal, and then an early night. Yeah, beautiful conditions again. Destination for this evening is Rosslyn Bay, which is at Yeppoon. So about a 210 nautical mile run today, so it's a pretty big run. It's one of the prettiest though on the whole Queensland coast, in that you're quite close to the coastline, so you get to see all the beautiful rocky headlands, and yeah, special part of the world. Yeah, so there's quite a few ships always anchored out the front of Hay Point Coal Terminal, which is just south of Mackay. And there's Pearl Bay, my dad's favourite little anchorages. And we're approaching Rosslyn Bay Harbour here. Now again, I'd call the marina office if you're coming in here just to check on the tides and whether they've dredged it or not. It gets a bit skinny there as well. Fueling up Rosslyn Bay. If you've been watching my videos, you know I normally catch up with old Max here, but that's his boy.
Thanks, Max. Cheers, mate. See ya. See ya, Ed.
Yeah, Max Jr. It's good to get to know him, the next generation coming through. And we're over into our berth, and there's a great restaurant there called Waterline Restaurant, so we always check that out. What's Puppy?
Oh, he's already a 9.
Ah, you little sea dog. And this is Wolfgang. He's done 3 circumnavigations in the Nordhaven 46. Legendary. Yeah, so a nice early start. We've got about a 170 nautical mile run down to Urangan, which is in Hervey Bay. And from there we'll fuel up, and then we're going to go through another 20 miles down the sandy straits to an anchorage called White Cliffs, which is just on the northern side of the Sheridan Flats. And that's Cape Capricorn there. And these ships are anchored off the coal port at Gladstone. Looking in there is Pancake Creek and Busted Head. And that's the town of 1770. And now we're approaching Urangan Harbour at Hervey Bay. So when you come in here, go to the fuel wharf there, and there's a phone number there. You can call Barry and he'll come down and hit the high flow button for you. And I've got to thank my mate Andrew Chorley for this drone footage. He's the local guide up there, Hervey Bay Sport and Fly Fishing. There he is. And he had a rare day off and said he'd come down and say g'day, seeing we're in port. There's Barry, he'll help you out.
Very good. Later.
How are ya?
Good. You good?
What do we got? 1,000. So you're fishing tomorrow, Shozza?
Stay off tomorrow.
Nice.
See you next year.
See you then, you will. Yeah, so this is the Anchorage White Cliffs, where we'll spend the evening, and as I say, it's a good jump off point to get over the Sheridan Flats. So basically you're bound by the tides, so we're waiting for a half tide in the morning to get over that shallow spot. And then we'll continue on down towards Mooloolaba, which is where we're going to stop now. And these old wrecks here, they're left over from when there was quite a big logging industry on Fraser Island.
Or the second way would be
Better pictures, do you think? Well, good morning from the Great Sandy Straits. This is Fraser Island behind me. We're about halfway down a spot called White Cliffs. We're making our way to Mooloolaba, which is the end of the passage. Yeah, big day today. Only challenge is down here we got a place called the Sheridan Flats. You always got to work the tides. So we got a high tide at midday, so we've calculated by 9 o'clock we'll have about 40 centimetres under our keel, so we'll just slip over gently. Then we've got about an hour down to the bar, and then we've got about a 3 to 4 hour run down to Mooloolaba, depending on the sea state. But look, the forecast is only 10 to 15, I'd say. So yeah, these beautiful conditions. I had to put the drone up again. It's so spectacular. And that's looking down towards Sheridan Flats. You can see we've got a bit of tide to come in yet. Okay, we're making our way down to the Sheridan Flats. It's now 10 past 9, so see how much water. We just saw a Riviera go through. He had to stop, ran out of water by the looks of it. he's gone through now, so he draws probably 20 centimetres less than us. See how we go. I'm probably coming through here, I don't know, half a dozen times every year, and it sort of remains fairly much the same. But I would recommend you talk to the Coast Guard at Hinchinbrook Bay or Great Sandy Straits, and they can point you in the right direction with any changes. So yeah, coming down past Gary's anchorage there, making our way down towards Hook Point at the bottom of Fraser. And then this is the infamous Wide Bay Bar, but as you can see it's a bit of a non-event, which was great. That's a lead back there in the trees, that light. They're quite good. They tell you if you're too far to port or too far to starboard by changing colours. We're almost on the high tide here, heading south past Rainbow Beach there. The beautiful headland of Double Island Point and the lighthouse. And that's Sunshine Beach in there. We're on the final stretch into Mooloolaba. Point Cartwright, and then the entrance into Mooloolaba River. Let's watch that bar there, it is shallow. They're constantly trying to dredge it and keep it good, but waves break right across there when there's a bit of a swell on, so. Yeah, so as mentioned, this is the end of the passage, and what an amazing time I've had on the Merlin. Saw some good fish, great experiences, great guys. Yeah, really enjoyable time. Also good to be getting home to the family. It's been a long one. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I welcome comments, and subscribe to my channel because I've got so many more videos in the making. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.